Hey, folks. I thought I would record an updated video. Um, I have gotten my Shield Crush Chieftain to 87. I've done some gear swapping around. Um, but let's start off with the map. I've got a tier 14 red map. Uh, Nothing really nasty on it. So we'll go ahead and run that. I have a bunch of pit maps for whatever reason, so I've been running those. Um, and hopefully this goes smoothly. Only a little bit of chunking is. I don't know what it is about this last update where they added the PoE 2 tech, um, but Path of Exile runs less smoothly than it's ever run. Um, Oftentimes, like when I first start a map or something, there's a little bit of sluggishness. In the grand scheme of things, like it's a smoother experience than it was previously. To map on this, and we'll talk about the specifics in a bit. Once I've finished the map, I'll probably not run any side content that's on the map. It makes some nice big explosions. Let's see. Map boss drops chaos orbs. Yeah, I don't want to do the flash change thing. I don't want to do either of those. So mostly just farming invitations because invitations are Searing Exarch invitations are really expensive right now. So let's see. Is there anything horrible with this one? Oh, it's fire and ignite resistant. Lovely. It'll be fine. Now, whatever that thing is sucked. I'm gonna try my best to point away from him. Those bubble things hurt. This is not a great single target DPS build. It does okay with pack clearing because you can make the little guys explode, which often takes out the rares in the pack as well. But like when you have a boss like that, or that was a metamorph, but it was like a rogue metamorph, it sucks. It sucks quite a bit. Okay. Eldritch minions. Yeah, I don't want them to do physical or chaos damage. And you'll see why when I go over the build. I still have not solved my chaos resistance problem. Um, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I have an idea, but I'm gonna need some more points in order to do that. I forgot to click the thing. Okay, so now I'm as juiced as I can get. I didn't add Nico to the map. It just happened to roll that way. I've got I think it's called Hired Hands, or no, All Hands. Um, yeah, sure. I'll take a divination reward because adding that much armor is really not going to help one way or the other. Anyway, so I've got All Hands, which gives me free master missions, and I have a lot of points into making Nico occur more often. So more often than not, that means I'm going to get a Nico mission, which is fine by me. Other than the fact that like right now I think full up on Soul Fight because I've not done a delve mission. I plan to do that tonight. Wow, so that boss is already pretty low. That's sweet. Okay, that was the map boss. Let's clear the stragglers, and I don't know if there's any other areas that I hadn't hit. Maybe something over here. So let's go over here. I will take alchemy orbs though. Yeah, okay. Or metamorph mobs. Any other places I haven't cleared? That area might have something. Oh. Weird. I don't know how I missed that because I traveled right through it. Sure. Even if I get one lesser Eldritch Ember out of that, that'll be worth it. I wonder if I blinked through it and it just didn't trigger that I ended up there. Sweet thing about it is like my shield charge does enough damage that I can trigger explosions with it. So that's pretty cool. Like if I happen to shield charge through a weak enough mob, I can trigger a big pack explosion like that. Okay, sweet. That was that. And let's do our metamorph real quick. Cyclone, shock resistant. Do not want 2 fire and ignite resistant modifiers. Fire and ignite resistance always makes him a beefy lad. Okay. I've got Culling Strike on my totems so that they will often finish something off for me. Currency items. Currency items. It's probably a mistake, but we'll see. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's any worse. Oh, he's doing that horrible globe thing. It didn't seem like it did as much damage that time. Thankfully, it looks like they're summoning packs of things, which is going to help us out, because every time one of those packs explodes, it's going to take a good chunk off their health. There we go. Okay. So I guess let's go back to the hideout, and I will talk about the changes that I made. Let's see. I don't know what I did with the helmet that I was wearing. But previously I had these boots on that gave me some measure of chaos resistance, and I had Immortal Flesh, which was giving me a lot of regeneration and life. And this is a ring I picked up to try and solve the chaos resistance problem, but like realistically, it didn't help that much. So what I've done is I've swapped out my helm for the cheapest armor stacker item available. So it gives me negative 30 fire resistance, which sucks because every bit of overcap fire resistance I have is regeneration. But it gives me, a lot of armor. It causes me to take 160 less fire damage from hits. And it also scales my armor based on overcapped fire resistance, which is kind of huge. Um, I went back to my DPS belt because it gave me a lot of armor and it gave me determination has 17% increased aura effect, which means it's giving me more armor, and it also had a good chunk of fire resistance on it, and it did the endurance charges to brutality charges thing, which is nice. And then I swapped out my boots for Legacy of Fury, and this is something that I had picked up some time ago. Uh, and then, actually, technically, these are the boots that I had on my RF jug. Um, and I bought a better pair of boots for the RF jug. So, um, and this basically scorches anything nearby, and then gives an additional chance for things to explode. So everything explodes. I swapped out my unique flasks for some just basic flasks that gave me that gained hits on 3 charges on me taking hits. So traditional flagellant all the way across. Um, my quicksilver gives me more armor. My granite flask gives me more armor. My amethyst that I'm running just to try and help with chaos resistance a little bit. I might swap that out because I don't know that it's doing anything. Also, if I swap it out for another amethyst flask, I should swap it out for another one that gives me armor, and then a onslaught flask that also gives me armor. Um, so let's look at the. Most everything is the same. I wish I could find different gloves because I would. These are warlord influenced, and it just happened to be what I could find. Um, I would love to have anything other than warlord influence, but I needed a lot of dexterity, and I wanted fire res and chaos res and life on it. So, um, I also learned something about shield crush gems. So my shield crush is level 26. Technically, it only needs to be level 24. So this necklace is doing some work, but like I have to get to like 34 before I get the next breakpoint because the piece of shield crush that I care about is the line that is adds 6 to 8 physical damage per 15 armor or evasion rating on shield. Um that is the big point, and that doesn't scale except for like every 10 gym levels. So that's annoying. Um, but we'll look at the stats. So defensively, I have 90% resistance all the way across the board except for chaos resistance. So my elemental resistance is really good. I have 70 over 73,000 armor, which then gets converted through replica dream feather to more attack damage. So that's good. Um, and then I could use some more block. That's one thing that I might do is I might switch this flask, or maybe just drop the amethyst flask, and I've got some of the unique block flasks in the bank because I've gotten several of them to drop, um, and throw that on because that would take me to the cap of 75 without an issue. So I'd have full block. But over here on the tree, I have added a plus 1% fire resistance tattoo, another plus 1 fire resistance tattoo, which took me to 90. I just got one of these 2% maximum life tattoos, so I threw it on the tree. I figured, what the heck? I don't think I have any other tattoos. I picked up a couple of gems that have, attacks and armor and life, and attacks and armor and life. Um, And I swapped out the Watcher's Eye that was doing nothing for attack and armor life as well. So I think where I'm going next is I'm going to pick up Armor and Energy Shield and Faith and Steel, and then pick up the 10% of my armor applies to chaos damage, which hopefully will help a little bit. And then after that, I'm going up into pick up Breath of Flames, so I'll make my way up here. I did end up allocating 2 points to get to this strength node, which gives me +1 to level of all strength skill gems. So that is my notable tattoo. I had forgotten about that. But anyway, like this isn't a much better state. The problem is I've kind of reached a limit in what I can do realistically to scale it. The next step would be, and I don't even know. I think I've got one of these in my bank. Yeah, so the next step would be to try and pick up a grasping mail that has the same armor is increased by overcap fire resistance, which would be massive. That would easily take me well over 100,000 armor all the time. But those are really expensive. Those are like, that's a 50 divine item if you want one with links, and most of the ones without links are corrupted. So people have tried to, roll implicits on it, and so it'd be a pain in the butt to get, I either need 6 red or I need 5 red, 1 blue. I could probably go with either one of those. And probably at this point, 5 red, 1 blue is better. I did drop inspiration and picked up life tap, because I have enough regen through the overcapped fire res that I can basically spam shield crush until my heart's content and never really harm my health. That's the other part that kind of sucks about the state of my build is I feel like 3490 is really low health. I know as I put on more levels, I'll naturally get some more health. I would have rather that have been like 4490 instead. I'd rather be closer to 4,000 health, especially since I'm reserving some of it so I can run precision. Other than that, like, the build is in a much better state than it was, but also I think I'm enjoying playing it, but I think I'm done spending money on this, because essentially this could be a limitless hole that I could keep pouring money in, of swapping things out for slight increases. I did land on, I went ahead and picked up Ramako's Sunlight, which is the fire resistance against damage over time is minus 20% while stationary. The deciding factor is everything that I have read tells me that Namaho's Flames Advance is slightly bugged and it isn't actually applying to all damage types. And it would require me rerouting my entire damn tree to go into enough nodes that it would consume to be, fire damage. So, like this right here would maybe be okay, because like I could pick up, some of these nodes, and these would probably also turn into, I don't know if that would or not, because it says attack damage, so that might also turn into fire damage, but I don't know. I've heard that it's currently kind of bugged, so maybe maybe that one needs to go back to the drawing board. But anyway, I just wanted to record a quick update, as I wasn't super happy with the state at which I left the build. But my goal is to throw in some more levels. Try these couple of nodes that I want to pick up, and then see how it feels after that. Because Faith and Steel should be a decent bump in my total armor, since my armor is getting amplified from what my actual, native armor is before all the modifiers to it. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the show, and or not show. I'm saying that like this is the podcast. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Bye.